Hello guys, welcome back to Viking Sports and Promotions Limited. Today we're going to be interviewing Shane Watson. He started off similar to something that we started off doing and has really grown within the boxing community. So we'll be getting to know him a bit more. And obviously today we've got a good couple of fights coming up. Conor Benn's fighting and headlining today. Whereas Dillian White was obviously meant to be fighting Viking in the rematch. Obviously that was postponed. And we also got one of our good friends and followers, Tom Little, who's fighting Alan Babbage, and that would be a cracking fight. And I personally think it's going to be fight of the night. I think it will overshadow everything that's on that card this evening. So it'd be interesting to see what he thinks is going to happen this evening. So what we'll do is we'll get him in now, and we'll go from there. Okay, so just sent Shane an invite, so hopefully he'll be with us in just a couple of moments. Obviously, as I said before, just any questions, put them in the comments and we'll see if we can get through them. But it'd be interesting to hear his predictions and obviously hear a bit about him as well and how we got into where he is now.
Can you hear me or? You already heard or?
Okay, I'm just connecting. Hello. You all right? How are you?
How are you getting on? You good?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. How's the bubble?
The bubble's good, man. I had to come back upstairs to come on here because I went downstairs. It's been too loud. Everyone's just chilling down there. Yeah, it's good, man. The bubble's been good. Really good experience. Good to mix around with boxing people again. First time in a while.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's really good. Looking forward to some good fights on tonight. Such Tom Little Babbage. Because I like Tom Little, I've known him a long time. Jez Smith against Ben Riding's a good fight in a 6-rounder.
Yeah.
We've got Richard Larty against Richard Larty's a really funny one, right? So Richard Larty's come to this fight with no trainer. So he gets to get some random guy called Ian Johnson, who's a lovely bloke. Oh, you know Ian Johnson?
Yeah.
He's doing his corner tonight, so yeah, he's not actually a trainer, but yeah, so that'd be quite funny. Against Fabio Wardley, which is actually probably quite a nice little test for Wardley, you know, because Wardley hasn't really fought at that level yet. You got a good win against Vallely, who looked like he didn't really train properly for the fight. And Richard Larty's tested a few people, had a close fight with Gorman, tested the bar a little bit, so it's interesting. It was showing where he's at, kind of thing, really. I'm looking forward to that. And then the main event, you've got Conor Benn against Famella. And I think that's going to be a great fight. People watch Famella against Sean Porter and think that he's not a very good fighter. If you watch Famella against Mbenga for the IBO welterweight title, come back to me and say he's not a good fighter because he is a good fighter. If he doesn't jump on him early, Conor, I think he's going to have a lot of fucking trouble because soon as Famella gets a bit of form, he nicks rounds late on. Really good fight. So one second, I'm going to take my cardigan off. It's really hot in here.
Yeah, that's all right.
No, it's a really good fight. So I'm really looking forward to the card tonight, to be fair. Should be good.
Yeah, no, it should be good. I've predicted. I think if Conor's going to win tonight, I think he's got to get him out in the first few rounds if he's going to do it. Yeah. He's just not proven that he can go late into the round, so that'd be an interesting one for him. But I've really 100%. got all faith in Tom Little this evening. I think he'll do the business this evening. It'll be, as I said, fight of the night. I think
Tom's never really got himself into shape for a fight, so it's actually like refreshing to see him actually train for once and get himself in good shape. Yeah, Jamie Jewett in it. Jamie, shout out, geezer. Hope you're good, yeah. I hope you tune into the boxing tonight as well. Catch me on Sky Sports. But yeah, Jamie. Tom's never put his all into like a training camp. Do you know what I mean? Like he trains, but he eats really badly at the same time. He'll find reasons to not train. He'll be like,
Yeah.
um, fucking, it would just be like, oh, my dog's something wrong with my dog or something like that. It'd always make an excuse, yeah, to not train because he just loves to fight. But
Yeah.
tonight you've got a fit Tom Little against an unproven Alan Babbage, who, in my opinion, isn't a heavyweight. He's a
Yeah.
cruiserweight. He's fighting at heavyweight. He's put on a stone for this fight in just under a month, well, just about a month, which will be interesting to see how he carries an extra stone. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's exciting. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm expecting really, really good fights. I put a few quid on, so hopefully I can win as well. It'd be
Yeah.
good. Even better night. So yeah, no, it's good. It's good. It's good. Really, really
And
exciting time.
obviously, touching on like Tom Little there, obviously he's come out. You know, he's very public speaking. He doesn't hide anything at all to anyone.
Yeah,
But he's
yeah.
come out. Obviously, he wants to go down to cruiserweight, and obviously going down to 16-10 yesterday was a massive statement to him actually getting towards that cruiserweight level.
I don't think he'll be able to go down to cruiserweight. Personally, I've had this conversation with him a few times. I think with Tom, he looks. You know what the thing is as well. You've got to be careful what you do with this weight stuff because you lose too much weight, your punch resistance goes. And I think Tom's done the weight perfectly, and he's
Yeah.
done weight well this time. But I don't know if Tom went to cruiserweight, if he'd have the same punch resistance at cruiserweight. See, at cruiserweight they punch really fucking hard as well. You get people like Murat Gassiev, yeah, who was
Yeah.
at he's gone up to heavyweight now, but Murat Gassiev, when he was a cruiserweight, punched harder than any other heavyweight there was. I'm telling you now. I used to watch Murat Gassiev knocked out world contender pros out cold in sparring with
Yeah.
big gloves on, big gloves. You got to be careful that someone like who's been quite a big man throughout his life, if he dropped down to
Mm.
cruiserweight, will the punch distance be there? Will he be? Will the power? Would he have any power in there? Will he be able to move his feet as fast because he's had to burn himself down? All these things come into
Yeah.
hand. You got to think Tony Bellew, yeah, who's nowhere near as big as Tom,
Mm.
yeah,
No.
had to kill himself to make cruiserweight for the
Yeah.
for the Usyk fight, and that's
Yeah.
Tony Bellew, right? So you got to look at it in that way. And also, Tom doesn't. I don't see why he needs to go to cruiserweight for because he can get big fights here. He's not a small heavyweight himself. Like the thing is, where Tom is in his life, he's 32, 33, whatever he is.
Yeah.
You want to say where the money is and stuff. Get a nice few quid out of the sport before you leave. Maybe a nice little English title would be good for him as well. And then that'd be it for him. I think he'd be very happy with that. But the win against Babbage tonight puts him well on his way there, you know. Beats Babbage, then he could make a fight like a Fabio Wardley, or he could fight I'm trying to think, like maybe Mark Bennett or something.
Yeah.
7, like Nick
Like
Webb.
the
Nick Webb would be a good
Nick
fight.
Webb, there's the possibility as well, like to be looked at because obviously he fought Dubois and he done fantastically. Really, he really, you know, he stayed in there, you know,
You know
longer
what?
than
He
most
didn't.
opponents.
It's actually annoying about that. He didn't even train anything at all for any of these fights. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the only time I remember Tom having a good training camp was for Hergovich. And if you watch when he fought Filip Hergovich in the 4th round, he was actually backing Hergovich up, and he had all sorts of problems. And he, silly enough, he held his feet, and you don't hold your feet against someone like Hergovich. And he got smashed with one of the biggest right hands I think I've ever seen, and somehow he didn't go down. Split all of his eye open. I remember going to hospital with him about it all in Latvia. But yeah, no, you know what? I really hope for Tom. Do you know what? That would make really, 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 really make my night if that happens for him. I'll be over the moon for him. He's just got to go in there. I hope he's got the right mindset going into the fight tonight. That's the only thing I question is his mindset. He goes in there the right mindset. There's no reason why he can't get the W. So hopefully he does. But I really, really would love Tom Little to win tonight. And also, my Sky bet would really like
Definitely.
tonight too.
I think a lot of people's would. He's the complete underdog, but you know, as in heavyweight boxing, never rule out.
9 to 1. Some of them are 10 to 1. I heard, but yeah, 9 to 1. It's got to be worth a score, isn't it? It's got to be worth a score. So,
no, definitely. So, just wanted to obviously get to know you a bit better because obviously you started off in a similar sort of thing as what we're doing now. You know, interviewing boxers, getting yourself around, and now obviously you're part of S-Jam Boxing. Obviously, you got Joe Joyce, Florian Marku on the books through that company. So how was it that you started off and progressed to where you are now?
So basically, I went to university and studied a journalism media degree. Always loved boxing. My brother was a massive boxing fan. Is a massive boxing fan, should I say? He got me into it as a kid. I always loved watching it. Like, loved Ricky Hatton. Uh, Loved watching old Roberto Duran fights. Used to love watching Nigel Benn. Used to love watching Sugar Ray Leonard. Like, even at like 8 or 9 years old, I'd be watching fights from like the 70s and 60s and stuff. And that's just obviously a bit weird because usually when you're a kid, you want to watch other stuff, or at least stuff that's today. But I just fell in love with the sport ever since I watched it, and I used to box with myself. Then basically, I went to university, studied journalism and media. I met a friend there who's still one of my best friends today, and we decided to start a YouTube channel. So we started a YouTube channel called PS Sports because we both used to watch IFL TV all the time. So we thought, well, why don't we try and copy them and just interview boxers that we know over like the phone, get us started, just get a bit of experience because we love it. Like, it's just fun. So that's what we did, and then it got really, really big, really quick. Like, it was really crazy actually because then we were getting ringside passes to Joshua fights, David Haye, Tyson Fury, Conor McGregor against Mayweather.
Yeah.
I ended up interviewing Mayweather, I ended up interviewing Conor McGregor,
Wow.
I ended up interviewing Evander Holyfield, Mike Tyson, David Haye, Fury, Joshua, Canelo, Triple G. Everyone, as you can imagine, there is to interview in a sport with all the big names. And it really took off, and it was great. Some of the best times in boxing ever for me were at the end. It was like, imagine basically you and your best friend going around the world, interviewing your favourite fighters of all time, people you looked up to. You're not just interviewing them, you're not spending all week with them in hotels, going out having a drink with them. It was crazy. It was crazy. Some of the best times I've ever had. It probably is the best times I've ever had, but it was amazing. And then I then did a master's degree in events management, which was great. I loved that as well. Actually, I didn't love that, actually. I loved the reward for it, but I think actually like the reward. Yeah. And then, and then I got a message off Sam Jones, the one and only Sam Jones. And they like wanted to bring me in and stuff. They liked me because I was young, said I was knowledgeable. They said that everyone speaks highly of me. And I was getting to the stage I was getting a bit sick of interviewing. I wanted a new challenge. I wanted control. Yeah, I wanted control. That's what I wanted. Best thing is to say. So then Eshlam approached me, offered me a very good deal to join. So I was like, it was hard to say no. So I went, yes, I will do that. Still do a bit of interviewing on the side occasionally if I get paid well for it. And that's it really. And now I just manage fighters. Got Joe Joyce next week, and it's never looked back. It's amazing now. Now, like, before you would interview your heroes, and it was like, yeah, you're so grateful to interview them. Now I do business with them on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Now it's like now I end up hating half of them because half of them end up being knobs when you've got to try and do business with them. So I'm joking. It's great. I'm very lucky to do what I do. I don't ever, not for one day do I ever like hate my job. Although like sometimes you don't get nice people around, but then you always think, well, I could be doing a horrible 9 to 5 I don't like, or I could be like working on a building site getting moaned at by people, and so I'm very lucky to do what I do. But I'm excited for the bubble tonight. I'm excited for next week. Joe Joyce is going to fucking render Daniel Dubois. Let me tell you, he's going to render him so bad. Have you seen the photo of the shape he's in?
He's in unbelievable shape, and he wasn't too far long out, was he? He's had a relatively small camp, hasn't he? So he's
well, his
shape is just.
We knew it was going to happen. We knew it was going to happen with him, really. So he's never really been out of training camp. Travelers Box TV like that. But he's never really been out of training camp. So he's always been ready. And we're ready to for fucking go and get Daniel Dubois. I can't believe the way he speaks about Joe Joyce, mate. He's going to fucking get it. I'm telling you, he's getting it. It's big time. Sorry for swearing, but it makes me I'm so excited for it. I was going to go to bed. I was going to go to bed, and then I realised that I was actually going to do an Instagram Live, and now I'm even more fired up because Daniel Dubois is getting it big time. I'm telling you. Any of you guys want to win some money, and that's another fight to bet on. Joe Joyce 3-1, printing money. Joe Joyce is going to fuck him up. This guy's never had a fight in his life. He's never fought nobody. He fought my auntie, and he fought my dustbin collector on a fucking Friday. That's all Daniel Dubois ever fought. He never fought nobody. It pisses me off. Do you know what pisses me off? Yeah, because people disrespect Joe Joyce all the fucking time. Yeah, all these people are British people. Yeah, this guy went to the Olympics, got a silver medal, and should have had a gold. Yeah? He's our most decorated amateur of all time. It's a fact. Yeah. And now these people want to write him off against a guy that's fought nobody in his whole career and fought nobody as an amateur. What? Because he can bang out a few fucking dustbin collectors, mate. I'm not being funny. He fought Kevin Johnson, yeah? I would fancy my chance against Kevin Johnson, and fucking he didn't even knock him down. So, nah, do you know what? People need to get behind their own, yeah? I know Daniel Dubois is British as well, but at the end of the day, Joe Joyce has done a lot for this sport in this country, yeah? He's done a lot for our amateur game as well. Like, boxing was almost taken off the funding list in a lorry as well. Get Nathan Gorman at a nobody. I'm not saying Nathan Gorman's not a nobody, mate, but he had a very hard week that week, for starters, yeah? He had a lot of problems on at home with his kid and that, which I don't think Nathan Gorman should have been in there, really, if we're being honest. And maybe if he had a trainer that cared about him, he wouldn't have been in there. But and also, Nathan Gorman wasn't proven to be a very good fighter either. Like, he hasn't beaten anyone. His best win was Kevin Johnson and all. So that's my opinion on that. But, you know, I think people need to show Joe Joyce a bit more respect because he ain't no fool. He ain't no nobody.
Yeah, no,
he's world ranked for a reason. You don't beat people like Brian Jennings and whatnot and become the fastest ever Commonwealth champion in history if you're not a very good fighter, yeah? People need to give him some respect. Like, I know he might not be the prettiest to watch. He might be slow. He might be whatever. Like, he might not have the best jab in the world. But you don't become an Olympic silver medalist, yeah? Should have been gold if you can't box. Simple as that. Like, you don't beat people like Hergovic. Fucking get robbed against Tony Yoka. And whatnot, if you're a shit fighter. Do you know what I mean? This is serious sport, mate. Very good game. I'm telling you now, Joe Joyce is going to fucking render Daniel Dubois. And everyone else is going to laugh, yeah? Everyone that says Joe Joyce late, there's no reason why Joe Joyce can't win this early as well. Dubois never fought no one. He's never been hit on the chin.
Yeah.
Nothing. So he's going to get rendered, and it's simple as that. Like, no ifs, no buts about it. I've seen Joe's camp. I saw him sparring Fabio Wardley. I've seen him spar Joshua. I've seen him spar everyone, yeah, in this camp. I'm telling you now, he is going to render him, and that's it. Simple as that.
Yeah, no,
I like Daniel Dubois, by the way.
Can't be
I don't sound like I don't. I do actually like Daniel Dubois, but it's not his time. It's just not. It will be his time in the future. He will still be a champion of some sort in the future, European, maybe world level one day, because the guy's still a kid. You know what I mean? He's younger than me. So fair play to him for stepping up to the plate. Fair play to him for being at this level now. Trust me, like I totally do respect him. I know it might not sound like that. I really do. But I'm telling you now, he is not beating Joe Joyce. Now, you know what? It's good we took this fight now because in 3 or 4 years' time, we probably wouldn't beat Joe Joyce.
Yeah.
No, sorry, we probably wouldn't beat Daniel Dubois.
Yeah.
Sorry. But that's why we take the fight now because you get Dubois before he's seasoned. Dubois in 2 or 3 years' time is going to be an unbelievable fighter.
Oh, 100%.
He's already got all the attributes to be a great fighter, but that's why we get him now, and that's why we beat him now, and that's why we then go and fight Usyk for the world title afterwards, and then beat him too. That's what we're doing. So we're on a journey with Joe Joyce, and he's going to do it as well, and I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, no, he's in incredible shape. It's a shame that obviously, again, another one that fans can't be a part of. Obviously, he meant place, you know, a long time ago. But yeah, I personally think Joe Joyce has got the beating of Daniel Dubois. I don't think he's fought anyone like you said. And I think realistically, 3-4 years time, Daniel Dubois is going to be a big force in the heavyweight division. He's definitely one for the future, but I just don't think he's right now.
It's me. Do you know it's me? I don't mind. If people say Daniel Dubois wins by KO early, I totally respect that because I can see reason why. And there's a good argument for it as well. I mean, Daniel can punch. I know that Joe does hold his feet. You know, he can get caught. That's totally fine. But when people start commenting, Joe Joyce is shit. He's the slowest boxer ever. Like, he's like, all this shit. It's just disrespectful. This guy has done a lot for British boxing, more than a lot of other fighters have done. Show the guy some respect. You know what I mean? Like, the guy can fight. He's tough. And he wouldn't be in this position if he wasn't a good fighter. Yeah, you don't get paid the money he's getting paid for this fight if you're a shit fighter. You know what I mean? So you don't win the things that he's won if you're a bad fighter. So all I want people to do is show him respect. And you know what? After the fight, when Dubois loses, everyone give Dubois credit as well because you know what? 2 big men in there, 2 men with loads of fucking balls got in there and they go one another, and you've got to respect that. Yeah,
no, definitely. It kind of all come together, didn't it? Off the back of, I think it was a Dubois fight. I think it come off the back of it, didn't it? And there was Joe Joyce was there, and obviously there were discussions after, and it all kind of come about quite quickly. So I think it's fair play to Daniel for stepping up and taking the opportunity still, regardless if he wins or loses.
I really hope Daniel does well after, and I think he will. I think he was still going on. Like, you got to think he's going to be the next crop of heavyweight talent. When
Yeah.
Joe, Tyson, Joshua, Wilder, Dylan White, when they're all gone, which they probably will be in a few years, 3 or 4
Mm.
years, you're going to have a 27-year-old Daniel Dubois
Yeah.
beating the shit out of everyone. Probably him and Ergovic and a few other heavyweights, Joker, they'll all still be out, and that'll be their time. Do you know what I mean? That's when it'll be their time. But it's not his time now, unfortunately for him.
Yeah.
But fortunately for us. Yeah.
So obviously another fighter that's on the SJAM boxing, Florian Marku,
Yeah.
absolute cracking fighter. You know, he recently out and he's got such a bright future ahead of him.
Yeah.
Where do you see him going? What's next for him?
So next for Florian Marku is an interesting one. My missus actually fancies Florian Marku, and it's something. So I have to make sure my girlfriend and Florian Marku don't bump into each other anytime soon. Otherwise, that might not end well for me. But no, Florian Marku is an exceptional talent. Do you know what it is with Florian actually? More than his talent, I've had loads of very talented fighters, and that's not enough. That guy's mindset is honestly the most incredible thing I've ever seen. I swear to God, if I called him up now, yeah, and I said, so and so wants to have a fight with you now, he will turn up straight away and he'll have a fight with anyone. I swear to God.
Yeah.
Scariest man I've ever met in my life. He's a scary man. Like, but yeah. Whenever he calls me, I'm half shitting myself before I even answer the phone. I'm like, oh fuck, what does he want now? But you know, but yeah, Florian Mark is going to go all the way, man. I'm really excited about him. You know what? We need to be steady with him, though. We do need to take it steady. He had no amateur background. He fought in the MMA circuit and Muay Thai and whatever. So you do need to take it slow with him. Although he wants the big fights, no, that's the hard thing with him. You've got to try and hold him back. Like we want to fight Conor Benn now. We'd fight Conor Benn. We would have fought if Formella failed a test or if he pulled out for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I'm telling you now, we'd have thrown Conor Benn in tonight. We'd have thrown him in tonight. But obviously that didn't happen. So we feel like he's ready to fight Conor Benn. But when I say we think he can go all the way, I'm not trying to sell him as a world level fighter. And yeah, obviously this is arguably one of the hardest divisions in the world, and it always has been. So it has to be the right time for Florian Marku, and that is not now at that level. But he's ready to take a domestic level fighter on like Conor Benn, Chris Jenkins, any of those boys at welterweight, any of them. Like honestly, domestic level welterweights, any of them can get it. But the real problem with Florian, no one wants to fight him. I mean, it's just all these people say, "Oh, you're Florian this, Florian that," but they don't want to fight. So all these people we've offered fights to, they're ridiculous. They don't want to take them. So what we have to keep doing, which is what we've done before, is keep paying people more money to fight, which is fine, and eventually get off. Once Florian maybe has got something like a belt that people want, maybe like a European, because he can't fight for the British, obviously. So a European or something like that, maybe people will want to fight him. Or because one thing Florian does bring to the table, he brings a massive name. He brings a massive fan base, which does bring a lot of money. But in lockdown, obviously, you don't have those things anymore. So, but I'm really excited about the future of Florian Marku, because the thing is, he is actually improving all the time as well. Don Charles has done a miracle job with him in the short time they've been. He's like twice the fighter he was before. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, he's definitely one for the future. He's so hungry and eager. You can tell that in a lot of the interviews that he's done. But yeah, it's just, as you said, it's a matter of unfortunately just trying to keep him back a little bit, and then gain that experience. Without amateur pedigree, it's very difficult to make a judgment on it. Really, you don't want to jump in too soon and be found out when you've got a lot of time ahead of you.
Yeah, of course, 100%.
Yeah. So what are you most looking forward to about this evening? What is it? Because obviously it's a totally different environment, isn't it? Out there.
It's really weird tonight. So usually on a fight night, when you go to the boxing, I'd just rock up at I'd rock up at depends what fights are on. If they're really good fights from the beginning, I'd be there quite early. But I'd probably rock up about 7:30 or something, because the good fights are usually ones that go on TV. So I'd go and get there about 7:30. Today, I've got to be in the arena. Bearing in mind, my hotel is virtually next to the arena, inside the arena. I've got to leave at 6:00 to go in. Don't know what I'm going to do for ages, because I know the show don't start till 7. So just got to chill for a while. Then I go into the arena, chill out with the fighters for a bit, hopefully make sure their heads are now right. Then the first fight on is the English title fight, which is on probably not long after 7, probably about 7:15 or something.
Yeah.
I don't know if either of them are big punchers, but I can probably see that going the distance, which is a long time, which is even more annoying because I think it's going to sit there for ages. I don't like the waiting part, the waiting game. I like to just go
Yeah,
in there and go, like just
yeah,
have a go with it. And I don't know, like it's going to be waiting there a long time, basically. And time can go really slowly in the changing room.
yeah.
So, and then Jez Smith will be fighting Ben Ridings. Actually got Jez Smith this fight. I did
Okay,
the fight for him. I done a deal for him. Yeah, so he's not my fighter. He's a good friend of mine called Mo Pia's fighter. But I like Jez, and I've got him a good fight on there. And if he wins it, he's going to get a very big fight, potentially against Scott Fitzgerald. So
okay.
I'm not actually meant to say that. I've said that now anyway. But yeah, yeah. But so yeah, that'll be an interesting one. So there's a lot on the line for Jez tonight. A lot on the line for Jez tonight, and he's got a massive opportunity. It's first time on Sky Sports. And
Yeah,
he's really feeling up for it. I was just downstairs with him before. He's really up for this fight. And Ben Ridings hasn't proven himself on any kind of level yet. So, it's an exciting one for Jez. And then I believe Tom is straight on after that, actually. So Tom against Babbage is on straight after that.
yeah. He's third on it.
Really, really excited for that fight because Tom has put his all into this. I know what it means to him. He believes he can beat Babbage because Babbage isn't one of these Olympians who's got to fight on 3 weeks' notice, So he's had time to prepare and he's up for this fight. So interested in that as well. Then we go into Fabio Wood against Richard Larty. Fabio Wood is going to destroy him.
Yeah,
He will. Definitely. And then we've got the main event. Conor Benn against Famela. Interesting fight. Do you know what it is I'm annoyed about today? I just know it's not going to feel like I'm at a boxing match. I'm going to feel like I'm at a spa.
because you're in the
What's
Hilton,
annoying.
aren't you?
I want to feel like I'm at a boxing match. I'm going to be told I can't walk this way. I'm going to be told I can't shout this. I've been told I can't do all this stuff. As much as I'm really grateful and happy to be here, by the way, I'm not digging anyone out. It's just not going to have the same feeling. But as long as Jez gets the win, Tom gets the win, then I honestly couldn't give a shit what happened in the other fights. As long as they all get out safe and well. As long as they all get out safe and well, that's what I care about. But yeah, because they're not like any personal friends of mine or anything. As long as everyone's safe. But that's what I want. It'd be very, very good. And then we move on to the big one next week.
Yeah,
Then I've got my other super middleweight, Lorraine Richards, who we just got to deal with. Frank one. We've left Frank one. We've joined Eddie Hearn, Sky Sports. He will be making his debut this year under Matchroom because obviously he's already won the British and Commonwealth.
Yeah.
And so that'll be another big one for us. And that potentially will be going on the Billy Joe undercard.
Okay.
It would just be a run out for him, an 8 or 10 rounder on that, and that'd be a really good fight. That's actually not been announced yet either. I don't think I'm supposed to say that either. But yeah, Lorraine will be out on there, and then we're looking at a very big fight for him early next year, like European / fringe world level.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people gave a stick about him not fighting Willie Hutchison.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why we're not fighting Willie Hutchison is because we've already won the British, we've already won the Commonwealth. We've had the Commonwealth title for like 2 years. Like, these are not belts for Lorone that he wants to hold on to for a long time. Like, it's okay if you are British level, then you defend it like it is your world title. But we've got a guy here that is very strong European level, that could be world level, and I believe he's world level. I believe he'll be a world champion in 2 weight divisions. And so we're not waiting around. We want to push on and achieve more, and that's what we're doing. So it's not about avoiding Willie Hutchison. If Willie Hutchison's good enough, we'll meet him at European and world level in the future. If he's that good, like, we're just not fighting for a British title for shit money or shit notice. So and that's it, and that's the bottom of it. So now we're with Matchroom. We're now with Eddie Hearn and Sky Sports and DAZN, and that's where there's a lot of great opportunities for us and a lot of chances for us to excel and achieve what we believe we can achieve. So
yeah,
and more importantly, Lorraine's really happy about it, and he's really excited about being in Matchroom as well because it's really he's fire in a way. And I've been watching him train with Dave Coldwell these past 2 days, and bloody hell, he looks like a lecturer. He's like a new league of him. So
yeah, no, definitely. Well, thank you for your time today. It's been fantastic to get a bit of insight, and obviously about Joe Joyce and everything up and coming with you, and obviously getting insight as to how you got to where you are, and hopefully one day being your shoes, and hopefully not in a bubble, hopefully a proper fight experience.
Yeah. You know what though, the bubble's been a good experience, man. It's a good experience. You know what? It'd be good for you guys to get in a bubble like this. It's a great place to network.
Yeah.
People have to talk to you. That's it.
Yeah.
So no, it's great. No, but you know what? Advice for things like that, you just got to keep going, man. Talk to
Yeah.
everyone. Annoy. You got to be annoying. Just annoy everyone. That's what I used to do. Even when they didn't reply on every message, I was sending about 6 more, and then they end up
Yeah.
replying to me. It's just keep being annoying. Keep trying to get every little opportunity get in. It's harder now. What I used to just go down to press conferences all the time, just interview everyone,
Yeah.
boost your viewing figures and that, and talk to everyone, get them to follow you and that, mention them in your story, get them to all that shit. Do all that, and then just keep going. You've got to keep pushing through it, man. If you love the sport, you'll always give your best
Yeah.
to it. You'll never give up on it. So just keep at it, man.
Yeah. No, we'll do. All right. Well, enjoy this evening, and I'll speak to you very soon.
Take care, my man. See you
All
later.
right. Cheers. Bye.